Oh no. Where's my wallpaper? Oh, bam. There it is. How's it going, everybody? Ugh. I hope y'all are having a wonderful night. And as you may notice, we're in a slightly different yet familiar setting. So obviously, if you have watched this stream, my channel in the past, you'll recognize this stream setup as it's essentially the tavern. But I used some chat GPT and got it to, get rid of the characters up at the top, replace the background with a library. Just cause it's a little bit, it's less of like a, D&D hyper specific thing that I feel like the tavern is a little bit more of, and is a slightly bit more AI being used. Yeah, dude, I do use ChatGPT for and Mid-Journey occasionally. Unsubbing immediately. Oh yeah. Yeah, Mr. all my fucking profile pics are AI. Yeah, like you got room to talk. Oh man. But yeah, so slightly familiar setting here, but a little bit different, just testing some things out. So 1 second, sorry. Acting like that in regards to no, I agree. I do agree with you there, Glenn. I think there's a lot of places that AI can be useful. The thing is that like I'm not ignorant to the fact that it takes a lot of energy. Hey, thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that. It takes a lot of energy and a lot of power to run the computers that do the AI stuff. So it's like, I get it. I get why a lot of people are upset about it. It is kind of one of those things where you want to say like, oh, well, if I don't use it, I'm not a part of the problem. But to a degree, I do agree with that. But I also kind of look at it as like, I take my own bag to the grocery store, I'm saving a tree. Or it's, it's like, it's one less plastic bag. It's like, okay, well, that plastic bag is already manufactured. That plastic is there. So it's like, for example, AI being used to do mundane tasks for devs. Okay, so, all right, yeah. That's a touchy subject right now, because I'm guessing you're talking about Crimson Desert. Because I know Crimson Desert, which is a Skyrim-esque game, it's a big open world action adventure. They got in a lot of heat recently for using AI generated art as assets in their game. And to that degree, I actually am not a fan of it. Now, I could argue, if you wanted to use AI art as a placeholder, and then before you make the game public, you pay an artist to actually create art, or you source it and pay the artist in place of that placeholder, sure, because that's what Claire Obscura did. Claire Obscura put in AI art as placeholders, and then they paid an artist to actually give them art. The problem was that a lot of people went into their file structure and they found those files as placeholders from where they were, and they got all upset. And it's like, look, we never published this game with AI art. So it's like, but Crimson Desert, they just blatantly used AI art for like more than a dozen examples in the game. And I don't know. I don't necessarily agree that that's a best practice. You know, the other big thing right now with AI and video game development and stuff is the DSSL or whatever it was, the NVIDIA new NVIDIA drivers that are basically frame by frame taking the 2D capture of a game's screen and is adding onto it and replacing it with an AI generated asset. In like, they're like, oh, it's beautifying, you know, the game assets, you know, we're adding to it. And it's like, no, when that was released, it was found that they were straight up replacing the whole image. Here, wait, was this it? Is this Digital Foundry's video? Yeah. Oh my Jesus H Christ. Fucking hell. No, I don't want to watch an advertisement. I pay for YouTube Premium. You stupid piece of shit.
Hello there and welcome to the DF Direct Special. Hello there.
Oh my God, okay.
DF Direct Special. We are at GTC at
San
Jose in America, and we have just seen DLSS 5. And
what's going on?
I think it's fair to say that it's one of the most...
Shut up. Here it is. Oh my God. Come on.
Surprising, potentially
yeah,
disruptive, transformative, next generation technologies.
So like this is the thing. See, shit like what YouTube uses is what I'm really worried about. Like, okay, so this is basically what NVIDIA came out and was like, look, we're making your game better, you know, by, you know, using this. It's not, they kept saying it wasn't post-processing, okay, but it literally is. Like, they found out that they are literally taking this 2D image and then for that frame, and they're processing over it using AI generation. And to that degree, I disagree with it, because that is not the original, you know, that's not the original designer or developer's, you know, design.
We've seen.
It's just not. Like,
essentially,
it bugs, like, shit like that does bug me. You know, stuff like, you know, stuff where people are like, you know, deep faking stuff. That stuff scares me. But like this background, okay, I wouldn't have been able to make this. And again, I understand, you know, the power, the energy that goes into it to like do this. But it is one of those things where it's like, you know, again, it's like going to the store and getting a paper bag, you know, or versus a plastic bag. Like, I can understand you can feel slightly better about yourself by not taking the plastic, but that plastic bag is already there. So, you know, it is what it is. Fucking hell, get off of me, fucking stink bugs. Generative AI, it's bad, huge companies using it. Individuals using on occasion will start. Yeah. I mean, that's it. It is a big, it's a big factor in creative works, and that to that degree it is an issue. But again, kind of, the way that I see it is like, it's kind of like pirating, a game. Like, I was never gonna pay an artist to do this anyway, so if there is a tool that I can use that can give me this background, then I will use that tool. But neither here nor there. If you happen to have checked out over on the Discord when I announced that I was going to be doing this stream later tonight, fucking hell, god damn, street bucks. I need to get a new electric fly swatter. First off, I do want to say I apologize if I sound like out of breath and nasally. I've been fighting a cold and like a head cold for the past couple of days, and I am drained. My nose is stuffy. It's very hot in my room right now. So just giving you guys a heads up, I may not sound the best. But two things I want to do tonight. One is I recently found an interesting game called Piece by Piece, which is a puzzle game that was actually released on the same day that another game called Piece by Piece was released as well. But this one, I think it looks really cool. It is essentially a literal puzzle game where you are moving puzzle pieces to solve a puzzle. And I want to try this out. So I picked this up. You can actually get a demo for it, but it's also on sale for $11. But before we jump into that, over the past like 2 months, really, I have gotten back into reading more heavily. And I opened up a channel over on my Discord called the Book Club. If you want to go there, you can go to kelscorner.com. That'll take you to the Discord. As a place where if you're reading a book, if you want to talk about books, anything that you've read in recent times, you can go over there and you can, offer your opinions, offer your suggestions, stuff like that. But I've been throwing myself into a catalog of books that I have amassed over a period of time that is the D&D Forgotten Realms books. And why is that so small? Okay. Oh, I know why. I know I did a stream the one day about it where I was working on like getting my Calibre library set up right. There we go. Do this. Ooh, I'm hearing thunder outside. But yeah, so I set this library up, and as I have, as I was going through it, I was like, okay, I might want to check out this book, might want to check out that book. And the one collection that really caught me was this one right here, The Fighters. So we have Master of Chains, we have Ghostwalker, Son of Thunder, and Blade Singer. And each one of them is its own small selection, or its own small individual story, but overall each one tells the story of a fighter of kind. In my opinion, I believe that Son of Thunder is not a fighter, he's a barbarian. And technically blade singing is a wizard subclass, but the way that they present it, as I don't know how far through I don't know how many chapters it has. I am 36% of the way through Blade Singer. I'm on chapter 12 of Blade Singer now. But I've been reading these, and I prefer having like a digital library. And I have talked before about this program, and I have also talked about this app. Oh, look at that. Got an update for Readist. Sure. Hey, there we go. So this is a program, this is an app that you can get, and you can get this on, Windows, you can get this on PC, as you can see here. You can get this on Android. It's called Readist. And what it lets you do is it lets you connect to your online library. So like I said, I have Calibre set up. I have a server set up on here so that I can access my books. And Readist, with any device that I download this on with my account, I can have it pull my books. So right here, I have them sorted by collection, or sorted by series. So we have the fighters, the wizards, the rogues, the priests, and then I have the Black Tongue Thief, which is just its own thing. But I've been slowly reading these and listening to them more than anything. I'm sure Glenn can attest to this, but often while I'm at work, I still have I'll actually have the book playing in my shirt pocket. So that has been something nice I've been able to do. But yeah, so one of the things, though, that I wanted, Rita still swaps from an English voice to French when I'm starting a new chapter. Huh. That's weird.
Chapter 12. The year.
I mean, I know that, like, they have the different voices. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, maybe reach out to the developer. I mean, he has a GitHub, so you can reach out to him in there. But like I said, one of the things that I wanted to do this is I wanted an e-reader. And one of the reasons why I wanted an e-reader is because when I'm at home and I'm downstairs with the family, or I'm up here in my room, I want to be able to read. Now, I don't like sitting at my computer and reading, because obviously I could read on the Readist app here at my computer, but I don't like doing that, mostly because I get distracted with like Discord and, the ability to go into other things. And the same goes with my phone. If I have my phone, I get Discord notifications, I get YouTube, I get Instagram, Twitter, or not Twitter, TikTok, whatever it is. There's just distractions. Now, when I started down this journey, I had considered using one of my two iPads, which obviously would work. I did download Readist onto here. It 100% works. I can read the books if I want to on here. The only problem is that this is a 10.5-inch tablet, or 10.2-inch tablet. It's heavy as shit, and it makes it a pain in the ass to sit and read with long term. Now, I've had old tablets in the past. I used to use one as my D&D character sheet back in the day before D&D Beyond was a thing. And I had pulled those out. I had searched high and low in my house and eventually found them. Unfortunately, they use such an old version of Android, Redist doesn't work on them. Because I think Redist requires like Android 9 and above. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab some water. My throat is killing me and my nose is so dry. Ooh, there we go. Oh my God. So I had thought to myself, why don't I look at getting an actual e-reader, something that is specifically for it? And so I'd searched for a little bit and eventually found this. Now, as you can see, I did return this. But I was looking at getting an e-reader for my niece because she likes to read and I wanted to get her something. So I actually ended up getting her, not this one, but no, not that one either. Do they not have the one I got her? Oh, no. Sorry. I see where I got confused. Yeah. So I ended up getting her this. It's a color ebook reader. It's, you know, I got it for vastly cheaper. There was like a $70 coupon, but it's a 6-inch e-ink display. It can do, you know, you can put whatever books you want on it. It does have the ability to have Android apps. Like it says, it supports third-party apps. I bought this for her. I got her a case that has like little buttons on the side that allow her to navigate the pages. And she liked it. And that's, you know, and I was really happy. But like I had spent a day setting it up. And I had tested it with downloading Redist and didn't think it was too bad. So I actually thought to myself, well, you know, why don't I get one for myself? So I actually ended up ordering this, which is the Ocean Sea e-reader from Musnap. Now, this is a little bit bigger. It's 7-inch. It runs on a slightly higher version of Android, and it has built-in navigation buttons. So I picked this up, and I thought it was really nice. It is actually like more designed for writing on it. Like they want you to like buy this pen and use it for like taking notes and stuff. So I had this for a couple days and I realized very quickly that while it is nice, I missed some of the functionality of just an Android tablet. So I decided I'll just get an Android tablet. Now, I actually ordered 2 of them to test them out. This one was not too bad. It's only $90. It runs just fine, but it was a little bit heavier than I wanted it to be. This one did not fit the case that it literally is advertised for, and I was pissed about that. Also, the bezel is far bigger than it shows on here. Like, this, I must not have gotten the real thing that I was supposed to get. So I was a little annoyed. So I ended up returning both of those. And then I bought this guy, the Big Me B6 color ebook reader. It's in the box right now. But I bought this because I was like, okay, this has the ability to download Android apps. It's a little bit faster. It has really good reviews and it's a decent size. So literally the day that I had, like, it was like the day after I had ordered this, I found something that drew my attention. Okay. Now, for a while I was going down this rabbit hole of like looking for an e-reader, looking for a tablet, I found this. This is the TCL Next Paper 11. And then they also have, I don't know if it's immediate. Yeah, here it is. They also have a 14-inch version. Okay. 14 inches is pretty fucking huge for a tablet. But TCL is the company that makes the TVs that I like. And I had heard really good things about this tablet. Specifically, that it has a paper-like screen and is also able to be put into an e-ink style mode, a color ink mode, and just the regular tablet. So I had found these, and I had actually considered getting these. And then I realized that they make a phone. Because the problem with this, even if I got the smallest, this is still an 11-inch tablet, okay? It's like, yeah, 11 and a half. This is bigger than my iPad, which is what I was trying to get away from. So I found out they make a phone. It's $200. It's, you know, through any carrier you want. But it is basically just like carrying another phone, which is one of the whole reasons why I didn't want to use my phone. I wanted something that was a little bit bigger. I wanted something that didn't have the built-in distractions. So through all of this, I was out at dinner one night. I was talking with Kaylee, and I had mentioned that I had a tablet. I had that e-reader, this Big Me B6 coming in, and something compelled me to look on eBay for whatever reason. And when I did, I saw this listing for a TCL Tab 8 Next Paper. Now, I had seen this before, and what this is it's an 8-inch TCL tablet that has the same Next Paper design as their 11-inch and as their 14-inch. The 8-inch size would have been so perfect for me. Then the whole e-ink thing would have been great. The problem is that if you want to buy it, you have to buy it through Verizon. And it's $200 to pay full price, or you have to pay $5 a month for 3 years, which is basically the same price, because, you know, this adds up to that. But you have to get it into a mobile plan because it is 5G. Like, that's the whole selling point of it. I did not want that. I did not want to have to go through a provider. So that night that I saw this on eBay, I was like, this is exactly what I want. This, you know, and it's like sealed, it's everything. So I ended up ordering it. I got it the other day. Oh, accidentally shut it off. There we go. I got it the other day, and it's absolutely fantastic. And the main thing that I want to show, I'm going to have to show it to you in a video because it doesn't actually work when I cast it to show you what this thing does and what makes it so cool. But we can just watch this. I just want you guys to see what this does. So right now, there's a button on the side. It's right here in the very middle. There's the volume rocker on the top. There's the power button. And then there's the Next Paper button. When you can set up how the Next Paper button works. Like, you can have it single press, double press, and a hold. But when you enter Next Paper mode, you get 3 options. You get normal tablet, color paper, and e-ink mode. So normal tablet looks like this, and it functions exactly how you would think. All the applications are full, full color. Any website you go to, any app you open, full color. But if you put it in e-ink mode, or, paper ink or whatever, everything goes black and white. And it lowers the saturation of everything. If you put it into the color paper mode, it actually still presents colors, but they're desaturated, so it's not as harsh on the eyes. On top of that, it also reduces the battery usage of it. So right now on my tablet, I have it not only in that e-ink mode, but I also have it on battery saver. And currently, I don't know if it'll show it. No, yeah, it's not. I could have this going for 102 hours, and it only has 72% battery. So it's pretty decent. Also, I don't know if it'll bring it up here. Let me see if I can get this up here. Come on. Here we go. So, just to show this, because it is what it is. Here we go. Just a little bit bigger. This is the wallpaper for mine, because I think it looks really cool. Got the dragons, got the heroes in the book. I love this. Love this so much. But yeah, I'm really happy with this thing. I think this is super cool. Like I said, it does everything I need it to do. If not more, because it is just a full-fledged Android tablet. And one of the nice things is that I have it set up so that if you hold the button, if you hold the next paper button, it brings up, the different options so that I can, like, let's say I want it in, the color paper mode, I can just switch that over. It doesn't show it on here. It doesn't cast well. But I can also double tap it and it just opens the Readist app. So you can set it up as a shortcut button. But yeah, so like I said, I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about this. I just got this, like I said, yesterday, got it set up, been used, or no, 2 days ago. Or no, it would have been yesterday. Yeah. I got it yesterday. I got it set up, played with it last night, messed with it some more, this afternoon. It's everything that I want it to be. And I'm really happy I got it for as cheap as I did. Like I said, I got it for $140 versus the $200 that like everything else I got was aiming around. I mean, granted, the $100 tablets were, cheaper. But the nice thing is I can just return this Big Me 6 and that'll go right back on the Amazon account and everything will be good. But another thing that I wanted to talk about tonight is the one book that I'm reading right now, which is Blade Singer by Keith Strom. It's part of the Fighters collection. I have no qualms in saying that right now, this is probably my favorite book of the Fighter series. I have been enjoying it immensely. And one of the things that I really like about this book is that it kind of jumps back and forth in time. So right here, chapter 1, it's the year of the lion. It's 1340 DR, which is Dale Reckoning. Chapter 2 jumps ahead to the year of wild magic, 1372. Chapter 3 continues in that time period. And then chapter 4 goes back to the year of the Morning Star, 22 years prior to that, because it's telling the story of this half-elf named Taine, Taen. I forget what his full name is. But it kind of like jumps back and forth between the present day and his past, of him becoming a blade singer, as the name of the book would tell. But this particular chapter right here, chapter 5, is such a good description of D&D combat that I cannot explain how much I loved this chapter. It's basically the group that Taine is a part of. There's a fighter, there's a druid, and a ranger, and they're fighting these trolls, these ice trolls. And this whole chapter is just their fight. And it kind of goes, it's like there's a little bit of build up in chapter 4. And it kind of continues just a little bit into chapter 6. Chapter 5 was fucking fantastic. I've been loving this book so much, and it's not jumping around a lot like some of the other books in the series are. It's very much focusing on the one character, but like involving the other characters within it. And other than the whole like time jumping, like going back and forth in time, but like I actually think it works really well, because you kind of read in the present up to a certain point, and then you get like a flashback. And instead of it being like a flashback within the chapter, the flashback is the chapter. So you get context for what the character is going through, and then you jump back to the present day. So, yeah. I do highly recommend Blade Singer. I mean, I definitely recommend any one of them. But I very much am loving Blade Singer right now. So yeah, like I said, been having a lot of fun reading, and being able to kind of dig my nose into the book. So really happy with that. But I think it's time that we jump into that piece by piece game that I had mentioned before. And for that, I'm actually going to move us over here to the arcade, because I think it's only appropriate. If it ever decides to open. There it goes.